Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Chris M. Walker. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what to look for in a link. Lots of different opinions, lots of information out there, but there's a handful of things that you really want to make sure that every link you build is going to have. I'm going to get into that for you today and break up some of the controversy for you. So let's jump over into my computer and get started. So for any discussion of what makes a good link, we first need to talk about what most people look for in a link and why that's not necessarily what you want. So the first thing that people look for are metrics. So they want either high trust flow and citation flow. Those are metrics from a tool called Majestic. They want high DA or PA. Those stand for domain authority and page authority. Those are metrics from Moz. And then they want either high UR and DR, which stand for URL ranking and domain ranking, which are metrics from Ahrefs. Those are all great barometers of how good a link is, but they're just a calculation that particular piece of software has come up with. You can use those as a guide, but you have to understand what makes those in the first place and understand that those can be easily manipulated. So a lot of people will just look at those and determine if a link is good or bad, and they're going to end up getting, I was going to say they're going to end up getting screwed. They're going to end up getting bad links that aren't good for their site. Use those as a guide, but don't rely on them. So that's one thing. The other thing they want is number of inbound. So they'll look at a domain and say, wow, it's got, 10,000 links coming into it. It must be good. No, that's not necessarily true at all. In fact, if you get too high, that almost means it's a bad domain. We're going to talk about what you should look for in here just in a second, but the number of inbound links, unless it's just one or two, is probably not an important factor to look at. Those are kind of the things that most people that come to me asking about if a link is good or not have looked at. Those, like I said, use them as part of your overall calculation, but don't rely on any one metric or any one number. What brings us to the question, what should you look for in a link? So basically what you want to look for in a link are these four things. The quality of the inbound links. Remember how we talked about it wasn't the quantity, it's the quality? So for example, the site that you're looking to get a link on has inbound links from a bunch of domains that you've never heard of and are spammy looking or just generally weak. That's not going to be nearly as useful as an inbound link from, say, Wikipedia or, CNN or Huffington Post or something like that. A big authority site with a lot of power. So you want to look at the quality of an inbound link. I would rather have 5 links like that than 5,000 from random domains. That wasn't the case 10 years ago, but it's not 10 years ago anymore. It's now. So look at the quality of the links, and you can do that with tools like SERPT or Ahrefs or Majestic or whatever one you prefer. Then you want to look at the relevance of inbound links. So for example, if you have a site that's about sewing, and you want to rank it for sewing terms, I don't know why I chose sewing, but let's just roll with it. You wouldn't want to get a link. That's not to say you wouldn't want to get a link, but a link from a site about cars isn't going to be nearly as important as a link from a site about blogs. Or, a blog about sewing. Look for the relevance of a link. Relevance is almost, I don't want to put any one of these as the most important thing, but I think that's probably one or two most important things you can get. Then you want to look for existing traffic on the site that you're talking about getting a link from. So if the site is really powerful as far as links and things like that, that's great. But if it's not getting any traffic, it's not going to look natural to Google that this particular site is got all these links coming to it, but there's no traffic. So you're not going to get as much power out of it, and the site is going to eventually die off. It's important to have that a site that you get a link from has traffic coming to the site. And then the final one is the overall relevance of the site to your topic. I kind of talked about that with the inbound links. Basically, you want a site to get a link from a site that's relevant to what you're trying to rank for. If you're a plumber, you want to find something in that field. It doesn't necessarily have to be plumbing specifically, but in the home improvement or plumbing or something like that. That said, that can get really, really difficult. There aren't blogs out there on every topic. That's kind of the hard part of finding a relevant link sometimes. So that can slow us down. It's worth the time and research, but in a second here, I'm going to show you a way to use a site for a wide variety of terms. That's kind of it. The quality of the inbound links, the relevance of those inbound links, that the site itself has some traffic coming into it, and not just, 1 or 2 views a month. We're talking at least, a couple hundred or something. and then the overall relevance of the site to your topic. Those are what I use in building my guest posts that I use to rank my clients and my sites, as well as the ones I sell to other SEOs on Legiit. Those are the metrics I look at, and those are the metrics you should look for in creating a link. Now, like I said, it can be hard to find relevant links sometimes. So what I've found is a type of site that can cover a wide variety of topics and still look natural. So now I'm going to hop over to a web browser and show you that. Finding blogs that are related to your niche or site or industry or keyword are super important, and I recommend that be one of the first things that you do. But if you have a wide variety of sites that you're trying to rank, it can get really time consuming and really expensive. So you may want to consider finding a news site that allows you to get a post on it. So a news site is exactly what it sounds like. It's a site that covers a variety of topics and things that are in the news and is updated daily. And then you get a link on that in that particular category. So here's a great example of one that I found, and this is the Cleveland Leader. You can check it out. I'll leave the link in the description, but it's clevelandleader.com. And you can see it covers a wide variety of topics. It's updated every single day, and it has a good amount of traffic coming into it. So let's take a look at that. This is always under in my experience. So it gets 858 organic searches a month. So that's pretty good, and it's got a great amount of organic keywords that it's ranking for. So that means it's going to get traffic. Now let's take a look at some of the backlinks. It's got a link from Wikipedia, lots of links from Wikipedia actually. You can see here it's got a link from Forbes.com, The Guardian, Huffington Post, thinkprogress.org, Cleveland.com, and the list goes on and on and on. You can see there's lots of powerful links coming into this, and it's got 200 pages, so I'm not going to sit here and go through all of them. But you get my point. This site has tons of powerful links coming into it, and it makes sense to have something in just about any niche. You can see, news, home and garden, social, best of, pets, real estate, travel, investing, business, sports, entertainment, and so on. So this would be a great site to get a link from. And in fact, it's got so much domain authority. Like you can see on this one particular post, that if we look at the term Skin Pro Extreme, which is apparently some sort of skincare product, we can actually Google that, and that post is actually ranking here on the first page. So that shows you just how powerful this is, that a well-optimized article on a site like this will rank all on its own, let alone the power that it's going to pass on to the site that you link from. This is a great example of a news site that's relevant, powerful, has good links and good traffic coming to it that you would want to get a link from. This particular site is actually owned by Tim Schmidt, who's pretty well known in the SEO industry. Does a lot of affiliate marketing. He's taught in a bunch of the big courses, has courses of his own, has done consulting, and he's actually selling that links on the site for $100 a piece. Like I said, you can see it's got links from Wikipedia, Huffington Post, Guardian, New York Times, and so on. So yeah, and this is actually our Legiit featured service of the week. So if you want to get a great link that meets the criteria that we talked, quality of inbound links, relevance of inbound links, existing traffic on the site, overall relevance to your site's topic, this is a great deal. So like I said, it's $100, but it's an extremely powerful link. It can really be the kind of link that puts you over the top if you're having trouble breaking through. And it is our Legiit featured service of the week. It's from someone with an amazing reputation in the industry. Do me a favor, check it out. If you need a great link, this is a great way to do it. And even if you don't want to get that particular one, just remember these things when you're trying to get links, whether it's PBNs, guest posts, or whatever. That these are the things that really, really matter and the things that are going to get you ranked in 2018. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Not always on top of that, but I'll do my best. So follow me on Instagram at Superstar SEO. Putting out a lot of training and other types of videos and pictures on there. So check that out. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I think you'll really appreciate it. Do me also a favor, click subscribe and notifications so you can get more videos like this. I'm going to try to pump these out 3 or 4 a week. And that's all I got for you. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.